to
For
thank
one more.
and I wanted to thank Bill Walsh and Power Team for having me here, and I want to say welcome to all of you. So how many of you have been searching for
And
something in your life and you're
welcome
not sure what it
to
is?
the Entrepreneurs of Reinvention.
Who is that now? And how many of you, okay, I can't see who doesn't have their mute on. So anyways, we'll just keep going. So energy is everything to business and everything to an abundant life. So like you fuel up your vehicle, you also fuel up your life force energy. And I'll begin with a little of my story today. We'll be talking about creating the perfect life. And of course, you come from things that maybe weren't as perfect. So I've had many realizations in my life. And I realized as a child that people were unnecessarily happy, unhappy, and angry. So I was confused by that because as a child, you think about a young child, you're born to spread love and to be loved. So one of the three most important things to me in my experience for people is to feel seen, heard, and loved. So can anyone relate to that? Yes, thank you. I was on a search for something that I could not explain at my young age. I just knew there was a feeling inside that something was wrong. And I only knew that I didn't sign up for the heartache that I was looking around at the people that were around me. So I learned very early in life to escape. And how I did that was by hanging out in nature and talking to bees and the trees and the snakes in the garden. And if I had to come in, then I would just play in my room. I was a hider for a lot of my life, which is great because it's taught me a lot about who I was and where I'm going. So I reached out a few times during that and got shut down emotionally, and I just decided to stay inside. So what I did was I started playing around with drugs and alcohol at the age of 10, and I decided I can't trust anybody with my heart or much else. So again, I just enclosed myself. So I went to AA 28 years ago and I stayed there, but however, I was still numb. I felt frozen and stuck far into my 40s. And if it wasn't for my two amazing girls who totally changed my life, made me want to do better for myself, and they are just my greatest blessings, right? So we can all think about the blessings that we have in our life as well. So once I learned the experiences that these things I thought happened to me, they were actually for me to wake up. So once I looked at that, I could see it with different eyes. It wasn't an instant realization, I must say, because I played the architect of the victim. I would blame everyone around me, my parents, or whoever was around, right? Because nothing was my fault. And I didn't take responsibility back then for that. So with all that said, today I absolutely love my life and I take responsibility for the energy that I carry and the energy that I also leave behind, which is amazing. So in business, I've always been an entrepreneur, and through the years, I've started several businesses, and one being a multi-million-dollar directional drilling company. It's still running today. Um, we started that business. We were $250,000 in debt, and I was scared because back then, 23 years ago, that was a lot of money. And we didn't even have $1,000 to incorporate, so I had to do it myself. So there was a part in my journey, though, that I wanted to get past those barriers. So I started taking training programs and I found love with the laws, the assumptions, the science, the infinite potential, the brain and the body and how everything works with energy. I found it so interesting. So, and I realized for me to heal myself would be to heal the world. So that was always something that really intrigued me, was helping others. And I just didn't know how back then. So through all my trainings over the past 7 years, I've taken a lot, and they have been like coaching, advanced coaching, past life regression, mindfulness, biogeometry, NLP, like there's a whole bunch of things. And today I'm studying for my doctorate in integrative medicine. I'm a life learner, and I realize the more that I am learning, the less I actually know. So I wrote a book in 2015 called Wake Yourself Up, and I wrote a chapter in a collage of authors, Les Brown, Dr. John Gray, and a bunch of others in 2019. I have a book coming out next year that's called Heart's Awakening, and it's a path to the divine you. So with all these experiences, I created a 10-week program called the Energy Evolution. And what it is, it gets people to go through processes, the processes that I found that work the best and the quickest, because that's the whole thing about this. Not to take 20, 30, 40 years, but just to, get it done quickly and move on and get your abundance and all of those things, right? So I thought that was super important for that. The course is 497 Canadian because I am in Canada. So that's a great bonus right there for a lot of US people. And I just want to, what people actually get from that is more happiness, more money, because it's the energy of the money and the abundance and all of those emotions that really come back to you when you're emitting them out. So I have a email campaign, 30-day email campaign that I send out to people when you text EVOLVE to 26786. So that's EVOLVE, and I'll say that a few times as well. So basically, sorry, I have to do something here. And then, so to 26786, and basically it's a 30-day energy evolution. Each day we teach you how to do different things, right? So, and then there's also, we did a 79-page guidebook that for those people that want something in their hands. So I am totally, one second, sorry. I am just not, I actually have, I don't know where I am, so I'm sorry everybody, but as doing all this training that I've done, speaking was my worst challenge. And so today I'm finding I was a little bit stressed out about it, which even though you do feel sometimes like you don't want to follow through with something, I'm a big person in taking action and just following through, because honestly, that's the most important thing. Because what can happen, with any of these things is you're going to learn a lot, and you can celebrate yourself for that, because not a lot of people will take that stand and be able to just go out and do it. So I'm just going to look at my notes to see where I was, but I just want to go through 7 tools of how to build your life force energy. So number 1 is really getting to know yourself. So I do a color personality test with people, and what I found was I was that person that always wore black. And I actually had a friend who said, if you buy another thing black, I'm going to cut it up. So that's how much that I wore black. And then I started learning about colors and the vibrational qualities of colors and how fun colors are. Like, I see people wearing a lot of colors, and I'm just like, that's so amazing, right? To just be out there and be vibrant, basically. So, and again, I guess a realization came to me now. I guess I wore black because I had tried to escape. So that actually makes a lot of sense. So we do the color personality test in the 10-week program. And basically, it just goes through to show you what 2 of your main colors are and what that means. And what it did for me was it really made clear some of the things and the reactions that I was doing with my behavior. And it was actually a big awareness for me. So that's why I like doing that with people as well. Online, you can find Myers-Briggs and a whole bunch of different personality tests for free as well. And when you text me and you make an appointment to go through a 20-minute strategy session, then I can send that to you, or you can just go online as well. There was so many of them there. And what I like to do is, if you go there, you pick the one, because that's what your energy is calling to, right? So that's where you're going to get the most information. So I like that. And then also what I like to do for people getting to know themselves is to write their biography. I'm sure a lot of people here have already done that, because Bill has all of these rock stars on these breakouts and everything. So but what I found was, when I asked people to write their biographies, they're like, oh, I can't write some things down because I'm not very proud of some things that I did in the past, right? Well, write it like no one's ever going to see it, and rip it up afterwards. What I found when I did my biography was, I could release some of the stuff that I did. I could forgive myself, because what I found is most people can forgive other people way easier than forgiving themselves. So I find it to be a great tool, and to just schedule like even a half an hour a week to just go through and sit with yourself, and like, who are you? What do you want? Where are you going? Like those kinds of things, just to know thyself, right? Really. So that's tip one. Number two is to become a life learner. And what I like about this life learner idea is you're learning perspectives from so many other different people. You're in different communities, so you're not alone. Also, it opens your perspectives, right? So, if you're thinking in your comfort zone, and, you're in there and your comfort zone's in there, what learning does, or reading books or taking courses or anything like that, it just, it makes the box bigger, for one thing, and it expands who you are, what you think about, and it just gives you more things to grab. So one of the things that I really liked is doing a sacred symbol. And basically it is putting perspective. So let's say this is the sacred symbol, and you're putting in different perspectives. So say you put in love in here. So you really get the feeling of love inside. You think of a time where you felt really loved, either by your dog or a baby or your husband or wife or whoever you can have felt love from, your parents. And then you go back to that feeling, you see it, you hear it, you really experience it again, and you place it in your symbol. And then you do another one, magnificence or gratitude, or all of these amazing things that you can put into your symbol. And what that does, it actually, even talking about it now and saying like gratitude and love and all of these amazing words, it expands your heart, it expands your mind, it expands your energy to emit even more, right? So that's why I really love that one. And 203 is celebration of self. And I used to teach in the rooms, and I'd ask the question, how many people have celebrated themselves today? And even though this is even more, like, it's more known that, to celebrate yourself than it was back then, I still find people that are saying, what, celebrate myself? What for, right? So there's some people that I know that don't even celebrate their birthdays anymore. So they're really not celebrating anything about who they are. And it's really important. It's not about, oh, what I got done or what I can do, or, I did this perfectly, because sometimes that's, is it perfect or is it excellent? Or so basically, no, it's not about that. It's about, did you walk out of your house today? Right? Did you actually go and, if it didn't work out 100% the way that you expected it to, did you do it? Right? So it's those times that you really, those are the best times, right? To celebrate yourself. So my grandson and I, we used to do this celebration jig. So we'd go, yay, celebrate, celebrate, because, you know, why not? It's fun to celebrate. So that was 3. And number 4 is gratitude. And I absolutely love gratitude. It's one of my go-to tools in my toolbox. And so it wasn't, I think it was like a couple weeks ago, I was thinking of the day, and I don't know about you, if you get in a loop of, okay, this is going to happen and this is going to happen or that's going to happen. And so I was in that loop, and I'm like, nope, whoa, no, we're not going there. So for 2 to 5 minutes, I just focused on the present. I really focused on like what I was grateful for. So it was a sunny day, so that's something to be grateful for, right? I was grateful for my kids, like all of these things that I was thinking of. And you know what happened? I'm sure you guys have experienced it as well. I wasn't thinking about anything but just amazing people, amazing experiences, amazing emotions. And it changed my whole trajectory of what I was thinking about. I didn't even remember what I was thinking about, actually. And I just had this absolute love in my heart. And, you know, when you're emitting love, there's so many opportunities and different things that come to you. Energy is absolutely everything. And it's number 4, gratitude. So living in color is one of my favorite things, because we talked about that already a little bit. But think of the rainbow, and it is, I'm just going to put this up here. So think of the rainbow. Roy Jabib is what it is, right? So red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet, right? So that's the rainbow. So it's also goes with our inside body of energy centers, I call them. They've been called chakras. They've been called a whole bunch of different things as well. So the color corresponds with vibration, right? And so with your root, it is the red. And once you harmonize, so there's, you know, you could be out of alignment or you could be in harmony with everything. So once you're in harmony with everything, there's like an antenna that emits, because we're electric and also magnetic. So we bring things in and we send things out, right? So anyways, I was going to go into something else, but I don't want to get off track too much. So so red is your motivation, it's your fire, it's your ability to take a stand for things. And one really good thing to raise your red, because there's about 80% of people that have a low red. And that's your passion, that's your motivation, that's everything, you know, to getting out and doing things, right? So I like doing this process, which is you just stomp your feet while you're sitting on the chair for a minute. Like just do it really fast. And then what you do is you stand up and you feel the power in yourself, and it's actually building up your red color, because it's the vibration again, and it's building up the chakra. So that is the red. And orange, that's the ability to be social, it's your relationship with your inner child, it's your emotions, right? So one sign that that's not harmonized is if you happen to have any digestion issues. So there's certain things that we find out about the body that we can tag to a color within ourselves, right? So there's a whole bunch about this. Like this is a very huge topic, and that's why in the 10-week program, the Energy Evolution program, I do talk about that as well. It's one of the things, once you're aligned and in harmony, it's just an amazing opportunity really for yourself, and you'll see different things in the world as well. Because the way that I look at it is, as far as I can reach, this is my responsibility, right? And then outside, that's sort of like your theater, your movie theater, that people are acting, but they're acting with you because we're all connected, right? So it's absolutely an amazing topic. So after orange is yellow, and this is the intellect, the self-confidence, the ego awareness, and it's the ability to trust yourself and others. So it's a big thing. They all are. So the green is the ability to love yourself and to love others, and it's also forgiveness for self and others and compassion. The blue is your communication center, the ability to express yourself and your beliefs. So I actually have this blue, it smells really good. It's got essential oils and everything in it. And I actually put it on my throat when I'm about to talk because it's not my highest center. Because when you do, say you do talk a lot, it's good to build up your throat again because you're using it so much that it's getting depleted, right? So there's a whole bunch of things like that to think of as well. So indigo, this is your creative center, your intuition, and the violet is your connection to God or whatever source that you call them, like universe, intelligence, guides, whatever that might be. It's your connection to everyone, to everything, right? So when you want to be more grounded, all you have to do is wear red, right? So it's actually really fun as well. And when you're wanting more love, then wear green. And when you're going to do a talk, wear blue, right? So I have my blue on. If you're going to ask the boss or somebody for a raise or something like that, then you wear yellow. And it's just fun little ways to experiment with life because you want to make life fun. It's not serious, right? You know, you can be serious at certain times, but when you don't have to be serious, why? You know, why would you? Let's have some fun. Yeah, so thank you, Arnsenia. Cool. Oh, Myers-Briggs, yes. Yeah, I love Myers-Briggs too. There's so many amazing personality tests online, and it tells you so much about yourself. It's awakening. So thank you for hosting that too. Thank you, Durwood. Yeah. Oh, that's, yeah, Arsenio. Sorry, I haven't read the sides because I was, but let's go into that. So know what it is, looking to capture it. So what it is, what you want, I'm assuming. Yeah, with Bassam. And then Arsenia, two, yeah, battling addiction. Yeah, there's a lot of addictions, right? There's phones is an addiction. There's coffee, you know, I haven't decided to change that one yet, but you know, we all have our little things. And then there's addictions that we're with that we want to change. And then there's things that we're okay with, like being on your phone and things like that, right? So Durwood, been there also. Yeah, yeah, awesome. So thank you for all that. And Christine, Master Jackson versus Mr. Jackson. Apologies because I just realized that is very young. I don't even know what that is, so I guess it's okay with me. 7 tools, you got only 5. Yes, I'm going to keep going. So number 6 is follow your heart. So that is a really important one because what I've seen and experienced with a lot of people is we don't really know what our heart is saying because we've been taught not to. So it sort of goes along with the boundaries as well. And so from young, young children, we're told, share that toy, or, go hug your uncle or your aunt and you really don't want to, or, go to school and become a doctor or a lawyer or whatever that is, right? So we're told what to do and we're programmed, with what our family culture and programs were, we could have been. And so there's a lot of things that were basically into our mind, not into our heart. So I say follow your heart because when I first started taking a lot of training, I'd be thinking about it and not really feeling anything about it. So I do like to say to people, when you're really wanting to drop down into your heart and follow your heart with things, and just to learn them is good too. So sometimes we may, that didn't work out well, but that's the same with working with anything, right? Until you gain that experience, you get your lessons from that, and you move on, try again, keep doing, right? And by the time, you do 6, 7, 8 times, it's like, oh, I'm finally getting this. So that's good. Yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to say too that, when we're being taught this, I know people didn't have any harm in mind. It's just what they were teaching as well, right? What they were taught as well. So number 7 is to bless yourself and bless others, and just to bless, bless, bless. And what I just honestly, so I walk by people and I hear people talking, to their friends or wherever, right? Walking my dog or whatever. And I hear them say, oh, it's just a fight every day, like things like that. So when you say that, what are you expecting to get from that, right? Because it's about saying what you want. And so if you're saying it's a fight every day, then that's what you're going to get. It's going to be a fight. So we can say things that are easier and allow our lives to flow by saying, things come to me easily and effortlessly, right? Whatever you say is going to be true because you're the creator of your life and you guide where your life is going. So if you say it's going to be fight every day, well, then that's true. And if you say it's going to be easy and effortlessly and opportunities come to me, that is also true, right? So you think about what energy would you like to use in your life? And what I find with energy is so everybody's going to find themselves in a little bit of a down energy at some point, right? So it's just having the tools in place that you can say, you know what? Whoa, I'm catching myself in this right now, and I'm not going there, right? So I'm going to choose something else for myself. And, words are definitely one of them. So words can bless or words can curse, right? So we have a lot of judgments in the world. We have a lot of things going on that are going on right now. People judging, this side against this side. We're just so divided in this life right now. And honestly, the power is in community and getting back together and being connected, no matter who we are, no matter what we've done. That's a huge thing. There's so many people that are so hard on themselves because of things that they've done in the past. I doing my past life regressions and having the clients, my coaching clients and things like that, I have been doing things myself, through addictions and all the rest of my life. There are things, that you're not going to be proud of, but those are your greatest lessons, right? When you sit down and you think of the blessings and you look at that and you look at it as a lesson instead of, oh, this happened to me, like I said earlier. No, it's happening for you, and of course there's awful things that have happened to people, and I don't want to, minimize any of that's happened. Again, it's, are you still living there? Are you still living in that point of your life? Because if it happened any further behind than a week ago, then it's now your responsibility. If it happened 20 years ago or 10 years ago, there's a lesson there, and you have to decide if that's what you want for your life and if that's how you want to bless your life, right? With with where you're going in your the rest of your life, right? So it's all about energy. But the point to this is we really do need to forgive ourselves, and we really need to, well, you can choose to, I guess we don't need to, but I need to build a community of people and just be able to, have people say, this is amazing, or I love being a cheerleader for people. I also have judgment, so I will say to myself, is that something that is going to help, or is it something that is not going to help? So, and if it's not going to help them or me, because you might think, oh, well, they don't know that I said that, or they don't know. But honestly, again, with the number 6, following your heart always knows. There's always an energy to whatever we do, whatever we say. So, and not to take that too serious, right? Because I did say life is about to be fun, but it's also about taking responsibility for who we are, where we're going. And that's why these 7 tools for me have been life changing. And again, like I said, in the 30-day email campaign, or email, have a day each day for energy revival. There's a lot of ways, right? So you will find your best ways, but putting those tools into your toolbox and being able to just grab it once you notice it, right? Like you have a fear or something's happened in your life and you're like, oh, wait, I know what to do with that, right? And to not, I don't know about you, but for me, I don't know if I'm alone in this, but my brain, even with all the trainings I've done and all the life lessons I've learned, because I've really focused on, okay, all of this stuff that happened in the past, what was it for? Right? So even with all of that, it's a total choice. So yeah, I could just keep going on and on about the tools and how, like, even if you had 3 to 4 tools in your toolbox and you could grab those, and that's why gratitude for me is the easiest one, right? You can just sit for a second, 2 to 5 minutes, that's super fast, and think about something that you're grateful for, and it can totally change, where you're heading to. So those are the 7. And actually there's one more thing I wanted to say with the blessing is the I am language. So I am, and then what do you say after that? I am tired, or I am overwhelmed, or things like that. So that, again, you're putting on yourself. You could choose to say, I am, being able to work through, actually work's not a super good word either, but that's one of the ones that I realized for me. I used to say I'm working on it all the time, right? So I'm working on it, or I'm trying, right? So if you're trying, it's not going to happen. And if you're working on it, what do you expect? And I just realized this not very long ago. So I was working, right? It doesn't have to be work. It can be easy. It can be easy and effortless. And I choose for that instead. So with the I am language, it's just really, it's deflating, right? A lot of times. So one of the key points to this number 7 is when you say an I am, just notice if you, after the I am, what you're saying is powerful for you, or if it's lessening for you, because it's about loving who you are no matter what, right? Taking responsibility, yes. Taking action, yes. But there's so many ways that you can do that. It's about loving yourself and really, patting yourself on the shoulder and just saying, you know what, you did a good job, and that's okay, right? So it's good, because maybe there's not a lot of people that want to do that. And one of the things too is a smile, right? When I'm walking past somebody, like I was just doing this today, smiling at people in their cars, whether they have a mask on or not. You know, I can't see their smile sometimes, but I'm going to smile anyways. And, you know, and then I do little tests. Oh, I smiled at 3 people. How many people smiled back? I just have these, a lot of fun. Anyways, 2 people smiled back. So that was awesome. So I have a 10-week energy evolution program that I wanted to talk to you about. And basically, it is a way to release a lot of the past. So we have a 2-hour personal breakthrough together. And with that, we go through each year. And I know that sounds painful, but it's honestly not. It's super fast. This process takes about 10 minutes to go through each year. I don't need to know an event. We just get rid of the energy, and which changes the emotion. And you don't have to sit in that anymore. Like, no one needs to sit in frozen, stuck emotions anymore, right? Let's just get rid of that and just move on to a beautiful life. And so we talk about a lot about colors, because I really do love the colors and how they've changed who I am and how much I've learned from that. We do a lot with so basically they're energy centers, but they're chakras. So we talk about that. We go through boundaries. We go through goals, setting goals. So one of the questions I ask as well is, how many of you, you know, set goals and hit your goals every time, right? Nobody hits their goals every time. But did you set a goal and did you get close to it, or did something happen that you learned a lesson about it? That's the important part. It's about the feedback. It's not about, you know, what you can do with that. Of course, we have goals that we, you know, we need to hit because we have our businesses and we have our families and everything else. I'm just saying for majority. So if you do 10 goals and you hit 8 and there's 2 you're not sure about, they didn't really go 100%, you know, then you get the learnings from that. And maybe you set, if it's still something that you're going towards, then you could set another goal that's now that you've had the feedback for. And goals are amazing. I love setting goals. I have goals in my business. And, you know, if you think of the pie chart, you know, your business, your spiritual life, your physical, your working out, your social, you know, having goals in each of those categories is amazing as well. Because what I find is setting a goal is an action towards, it's an energy, right? Towards that. Because really, if you think about it, what is money? Right? Money is an energy. And what is happiness? Right? Happiness is also an energy. So everything to me is an energy. We have energies outside of ourselves, which is auras. We have energies inside ourselves. We have galactic energies. You know, we have earth energies, which are, you know, loving it right now because it's not as busy. So there's energies everywhere. And that is why I say we are all connected. We are connected to the stars. We are connected to each other. And it's amazing. It actually makes me, you know, almost tear up, because what's happening right now with the divide of everything, sometimes, you know, it can be over stimulating. I didn't want to say the other word. So anyway, some of the things that people, and with the 10-week, we also go through like what I think I already said, boundaries and goals, and we do so many things with getting rid of the past, getting into the present, and being able to really magnify the future for an optimum life, right? So working with my clients, what happens, what I've heard from them is they feel a lot lighter because they have a lot more understanding and knowledge. They have let go of things. They've, you know, with harmful acts, you know, they're gone. So you don't need to carry those around anymore. You know, throw away the backpack, you know, let that suitcase roll down the hill, because it's been heavy on you for, you know, too long, if you're still carrying it anyway. So they feel lighter, they feel more purpose, more belonging. A lot of what happens is I get this all the time. So people will walk out of the door after a session or whatever, and they'll say, oh my gosh, I just got a call and it was this opportunity and all of this excitement, that they have a new confidence, right? They have a new confidence, but also the opportunities are coming to them. And I also want to say that the opportunities were likely always coming to them. It's just their energy is higher, right? So if you're thinking, you know, lower energy vibrations of, you know, unhappiness and things like that, you know, you can actually feel your body slumping over a bit, right? If you think of that. But if you think of magnificence and beauty and passion, right, you actually sit up. So there's, you know, just with that alone, you can feel the difference in the energy vibration. So it's about noticing, it's about being present, right? Being present right now, instead of worrying about something that happened before or worrying about something that's going to happen later, right? Because there's always time to do that. But right now, just live in the past, in the present, and in your passion and in your love. So a lot of other things people say is, so I work with conscious mind, subconscious, the ego. A lot of people don't work with the ego. And I don't know about you, but with the ego, I love my ego, right? It's all it is there to do is to help us survive, to keep us safe, right? And that's a really good thing as well. So I hear, again, I hear a lot of people say, oh, that damn ego, like I don't like that part of me or whatever, right? But every part is a part of you. And again, once you're aligned and in harmony with the parts of you, then, and that's through understanding, and that's through, you know, getting in there and seeing who you are and what you want. So there's what time are we at? I'll end with the story and then I'll read at the side. So with what you want, there's a little thing. So I hear these people going through, you know, I know what I want in my life, right? So I ask them, what do you want in your life? And they're like, well, I want this, you know, or, you know, I thought about this, right? That's their answer. And it's very low energy. Well, what do you want, right? So then I say, okay, we're going to take a break, go out for lunch. So they go to Subway and they're like, okay, I don't know Subway very well, but I want a 12-inch Subway. I want this bread, this kind. I want lettuce and I want mayonnaise and I want, you know, sauce all over the place and pickles and lettuce and all of these things. But they're just like, with their energy, they want this, right? And that's a Subway sandwich. So I want people to be that passionate and that amazed with things that they want. But you have to know what you want first, right? So there's so many things about that. And I just love helping people get what they want, whether it's, you know, something small, something big, you know, helping people in their business. You know, I started a business, ran it for a lot of years, you know, did a couple other things. It's all about energy. It's about connection. So I know I'm just re-saying that all. So I'm going to read the questions now. But I think it's compulsion versus regular addiction. Yeah, there's a lot of that as well. And I'm assuming that you're talking about the phones. Not sure if you want to just write that in there, if I'm on the right track with you there. There is compulsions and there is addictions to different things for sure. And it is a different, you know, and basically what you do with that is it something that's giving you power in your life, or is it something that's taking away from your life? That's how I gauge. Is it something you want to change, or is it something you want to keep, right? So that's a big thing. So Bassam, what color for that is the colors helpful? What color for that? Okay, I was just trying to see if he wrote what it was for. Okay, and I don't see it yet, but he'll probably put that. Okay, so yes, Joella, I am remarkable. And I agree with you. And you are remarkable. And I absolutely love that when people, you know, are a cheerleader for themselves. I am taking steps every day to fulfill my passions. Yes, I love that. So what steps are you taking, right? So that's amazing. And it's like stepping stones, right? If you think of a bridge, you know, you're here at the beginning, the bridge is long and it's over there, but one step at a time, you're going to get to the end of that bridge. So that is amazing. I appreciate that. Arsenia, smile with your eyes. Orange is my favorite. Yeah, it can be challenging for me. I need balance. Yes, yeah, and it's, you know, you could balance yourself now. You go out, somebody honks and you jump and you're a bit unbalanced, right? So it's a life fun thing to align and to be in harmony. So I like that though. I like orange as well. I like colors now, so it's good. Bassam, yes, and anything good or bad, one is not voluntary addiction. Okay, color. Right, yes, okay, I see what you're saying. One's not voluntary. Yeah. And at the same time, it's not voluntary. Yes, it's a body thing, but there are points in our life, even in addiction, where we can wake up. There was like, I can probably think of, you know, I know there's many more, but there's probably, let's say for an easy number, 10 times that I could have woke up earlier, you know, and reached out at least, you know, maybe it wouldn't have worked, whatever, but it is totally different. I totally agree. But there is also times that you could wake up in that and move forward, right? Because it's a choice. It is a choice, you know, to reach out. So, where are we now? So color for 6. Which one's 6? Follow your heart. Yes, follow your heart is green. So when you want to make a decision from your heart, then wear green. Green is love. Green is vibration, right? You know, with the hertz and all of that stuff. I won't get into that here. But it's definitely green. Yeah. So I also believe that we're blessed to bless others. Yes, definitely. Everything that we do say is a blessing or it's not, right? So super important. And I'm happy that you guys have the same feelings towards that. And I haven't seen a time yet for how long we're in the room, but I do appreciate everyone being here. And if you do have any other questions, that would be amazing. And we can just go through them. And to have a 20-minute strategy session with me, just text EVOLVE, EVOLVE, to 26786. And we'll just go through, you know, a couple of things that are like a challenge that you're facing or whatever. We'll do a quick strategy. Because when I first started this work, I'm like, oh, I don't want to lead somebody. You know, you think of a coach, well, anyways, that's my own belief. But lead somebody for like a year or 2 years or whatever. I want to help people now. Like it was all about what can I do to help people move through quickly? Because, you know, why not? It's easier. So, and if I'm going to be the creator of my path and what I'm doing, then, you know, why not have it quick and easy? So Bassam, yes, wear more green. Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's awesome. And you know, and that's the whole thing with color is if you're not feeling confident when you know, and you're going to a job interview, then throw on some yellow, even if it's yellow underwear or even, you know, a yellow bracelet. It doesn't have to be completely your whole outfit. It can be just a tiny piece of yellow. So, yes. So, Arsenio, thank you. You're amazing. Thank you. You are too. Christine, great job. Thank you so much. And so just to reiterify, to text the word evolve to 26786 if I can, you know, serve you in any other way to help you with higher energy. And also there is the authorities book, a free download with that, that goes through the system. Bill's the master at that. I'm not sure. I just sent him the information and it all goes through. So the authorities, again, was written with Les Brown, Dr. John Gray. So there's a whole bunch of authors on different topics in that book. It's like a pretty nice size book. And so that's a free gift for you today because you're amazing. And I just really appreciate you. I appreciate everyone that is a life learner and who's reaching for more because there's always more, right? And, but just do it in a relaxed way. So I'm looking at the time again. So I'm not sure what time we started and I didn't see, did anyone happen to see the little banner?
I didn't see the banner, but you should be just about done.
Yeah, I didn't see the banner.
Yeah, no,
So
it should. I haven't seen the banner, but you. I mean, we're 1 minute shy of the 50 minutes, so you
yeah,
should.
okay.
Yeah, you're
Well,
you're
thank you,
you're
Chris.
you're good on time. You're right on time.
Okay, awesome. Well, again, I just so appreciate you guys. And it's been amazing. I appreciate all the comments that you had, and I hope with the colors that just that one thing can help, but also the blessings and, you know, following your heart, just dropping in your heart. Anyways, thank you so much. And if you want, you can just click the blue button to leave the room, or you can keep asking questions until we get moved into the big group there. So it's totally up to you. Okay, awesome. So can anyone think of, well, how about people put in what their favorite color is? That's always a fun one. What do you wear most when you're picking your clothes? Christine's picture there was purple. That's a beautiful purple. So that's great for connection, right? It's on black, white, and violet. Yeah, nice. Durwood, blue. Oh, good. Are you a speaker, Durwood? That's a great color. It's good for your throat, right? Your throat. Arsenia, orange, blue, and red. Wow. Yeah, you're one of those people that I just go, wow, you know, all of those colors are amazing. So favorite orange. Yeah. Yeah, I remember you saying that. Oh, Durwood is a speaker. Okay, that's awesome. It's amazing. The essential oils that I use for speaking, I have a little concoction that I buy from this place, and it's the chakra blend, but anything blue. So juniper berries is blue. Um, Eucalyptus is blue. So just putting them together, and you can do that in your diffuser, right? You know, if there's anyone that diffuses their oils, which it sprays out, so that's also part of it. There's a lot of ways to get colors, right? The one thing I do suggest though is don't sleep with red, right? Because that's your passion and that's your, well, you could maybe have it in there for like a couple hours or something and then take it out because you want to sleep, right? So that's your motivation, that's your getting up and go might not be the best thing to sleep in. right? So that's good. Yes, well, hair being red is awesome, and that's totally different too, but you're definitely probably, so I have a biopulsar that scans what your aura counts are. And so Arsenia, maybe you will be one of the 20% that have a higher red. So you're more motivated, right? More on fire, more passionate. You know, those are things. And what I found is I haven't been really proven to be too far off. So, yeah. So that's awesome. Joella, your favorite color is green. Yeah, awesome. So you're probably very heart-centered, right? Very loving and understanding, or you're wearing it because you're not. And you know this these tools, but most times if you're pulled to a color, that's who you are, right? So yeah. Okay, awesome. Well, those are more amazing questions. I think we are done. We are done. So again, just text evolve to 26786. Actually, I could write it in here, right? It's a good idea. And I can't pick different colors for my text. Text. My typing skills, 26786. Yep, we got it. It's my birthstone color. Okay, Joella, that's awesome. Yeah. Yesenia, is it evolve? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, EVOLVE, exactly. Yes. Let's all evolve, right? You know, we are evolved. And one thing that I say as well is we're a higher self each day and every day. So today I'm this person. I've learned these lessons. Tomorrow I'm going to be higher self because I'm starting fresh with a clean slate again as soon as I get up to evolve again, right? So evolving is, that's the whole, for me, it's an amazing way to live, is to be the life learner, to be of service to people, to really be caring, and just, yeah, to be out there, to be connected, right? So that is awesome. I so appreciate everyone here, and I love seeing everyone. It's different being in the Zoom to being out with you. However, seeing your smiling faces and your pictures is, you know, it's still super great. So awesome. Any leaving wisdom from anybody before we get jutted back to the big room? Oh, I'm sorry, Aki, I didn't see your sky ocean blue. I hope I'm saying that right. Did I miss anybody else? Yeah, sky ocean blue. Yeah, that's a beautiful color. It's very bright, right? Actually, so I love that color too. Okay, well, that is amazing. Thank you, everyone. I guess I could stop the recording.